Little mini tornado right there.
Severe storms carved a path of destruction along the East Coast. Overnight, a tornado touched down in Reston, Virginia, crushing a family's pickup truck.
Suddenly I hear this enormous crack snap, and that was the tree.
Earlier in Roanoke, Virginia, this home was destroyed when another tornado touched down. The woman who lived here hid in the basement. She somehow survived unharmed. In Florida, an 8-year-old girl was killed when a tree fell on her home. And in the Carolinas, heavy winds uprooted trees and downed power lines, stalling traffic, smashing houses, and spreading debris throughout. In Georgia, the Atlanta Fire Department rescued a man trapped after a tree fell on his truck, and this road was washed out after a rapid 3 to 5 inch rainfall. A state of emergency was declared in Mississippi. In Arkansas, this woman's 92-year-old mother was trapped when a tree fell on her home, blocking the entrance.
I don't care about the house or anything, and I'm just glad my mom is out.
In Texas, the power of lightning was on full display. A security camera caught the moment lightning struck this tree and home.
The lights flickered in the house. I came out and saw the tree had been split in half from the lightning.
And on this holiday weekend, the fast-moving storm system causing travel nightmares. More than 1,600 flights were canceled and more than 6,800 flights delayed.
Now, the worst is almost over. We do still have another several hours of some rain before it does clear out. But let's go over the last 3 days where we have had significant storm reports, tornado reports, 45, 544 reports of wind damage and 90 reports of large hail. And you can see it extends back through the plains and all the way up and down the East Coast. This morning, our biggest threat will be for flooding rain. We do have flash flood watches in effect, especially across parts of the Northeast where we do have more rain falling, and we also have warmer temperatures causing a lot of snow melt. So that combination leads to the potential of flooding. This stream of moisture is just off the coast of North Carolina, but it's moving into New Jersey and into New York, and that will continue to move up across New England today. Again, it's the combination of that heavy rain and the snow melt that could lead to more flash flooding across the Northeast. It's all with this cold front that's moving eastward, so that will affect New England through the day today. We also have an area of low pressure producing heavier rain back through Kentucky, Indiana, and Ohio. That will weaken as it moves eastward. So for the East Coast, we're really just waiting to get rid of that cold front. And for parts of the Ohio and Tennessee River valleys, it's that low pressure system that you're waiting to move east. We could see an additional half an inch up to an inch of rain, although especially across New Jersey and parts of Pennsylvania, we still could see another half an inch of rain with the heavy rain that's moving through within the next couple of hours.